Ulgrim, and that's what it's going to be here going into game number 1.
And Fozey on that Queen Eye. I feel like Queen Eye players are very split on Queen Eye. It's either Queen Eye is the best legend in the game or Queen Eye is literally unplayable. No one should ever touch Queen Eye.
You know, I've had more people today say that Queen Eye is actually the best legend in the game, and that people have to stop saying that the low movement speed matters. And so that's something that's been interesting, right? Because Fozey's been kind of pushing that the Queen Eye is good narrative because he did the double Nye with use in doubles. And he's been leading with it so hard in every single game. Now, does he stay with it after that charge lance was kind of crazy? Does he stay with it after losing a game? No, he doesn't. So that makes me kind of doubt it. But it's definitely being pushed by more players, I think, more now than ever. And with the addition of what we're seeing Fozey do right there, which is that on this patch, you can dash cancel your landings, that makes up for the weakness that Nye's had in the past, I think, with some of those movement speed deficits.
Yeah, and you know, you also have, of course, the massive strength and the massive defense, but the massive defense isn't going to help you in a situation like that. Fozey is going to be the first player to drop a stock in the 1v1 tournament.
Oh, and he got some reach!
And
is that going to be a 0 knockout? He has to use the recovery to make it all the way back. Okay, great damage, but when you get 4 land strings at 0 like that off the side of the stage, just waiting for Fozey to jump, and he never did it. Okay, Fozey, what are you doing? Charging that side stage? Okay, this is volley. I'm like, I'm kind of like wondering what's going on with Fozey here. This is game number 1. Okay, he's trying to get an opportunity here. Does the slide charge down signature? Weapon throw was so close to knocking out.
Ooh, this is dangerous. Akeno isn't going to be committing to something massive there, though. Fozey is able to get that spear up, and you can see he's starting to perhaps get a little bit desperate for these signatures. He's using desperate measures, throwing out a lot of signatures, trying to predict the movement of Akeno.
Yeah, like the anti-air with the downlights, but Akeno was just sitting there waiting for the landing. He got the neutral air afterwards. Sidelight Nair to wait on the recovery. The poke over there is pretty great, but the ground pound gets dodged through. He manages to make it back. It's going to be another down sig knockout? No, I think he just needs the end light and the weapon throw. No dodge. Sidelight could be huge here. Oh. Downlight doesn't get through, but he's still, Paulie, it's still 3 stocks to 2.
He's able to get that stock off, finally, though.
Finally, yeah, but it's like, I know Queen Eye never die, but I feel like anything that Akeno does here is just going to be able to knock him out, right?
I mean, Queen Eye is tanky, but we're also talking about an Ulgrim here.
Right. Doesn't even need to charge on that recovery to be able to take him down.
That's a full stock lead. This is a difficult position to play out of right here.
I'm looking at this game 1, and I'm like, is Fozey just feeding into the Nye is bad narrative? is that what he's like, every game 1, I lose on Nye. That way people won't touch this character. And then he goes back to a
about sending a message.
No, in all reality, Akeno's doing fantastic. And it is actually all on Lance, which is what you said. He's like in that new wave of EU Lance players that are really trying to say, hey, this is the weapon that they believe in singles and in doubles. And besides that axe down sig knockout, it's actually just been Lance the entire game. Yeah. He's on the verge of 2-stocking Fozey here. That disarms him.
This is not Akeno the Ulgrim player. This is Akeno the Lance player we're seeing right now. They do have that axe in hand, though, and they're able to pick up some good hits here in neutral. Unable to find that knockout, though, or scratch that. They're going to be able to find that Seer.
I mean, Axe Seer is like Lance Seer, but without the propulsion, right?
Yeah.
It's basically the same weapon.
I think one thing that's very interesting in that game is Fozey, obviously you're against Lance. Lance neutral is incredibly strong. Fozey, a lot of times where he got punished, he's trying to predict the attacks and the movement of his opponent. And when you're on a player like when you're on a legend like Queen Eye, you can't really do footsies. Like you have to be one step ahead.
I don't know if charging those side sticks at center stage was predicting anything, Paulie.
I think what else was it?
I really think it was just him going like, it's like maybe I shouldn't have picked 9 on Lance, and now he's going to switch. Most likely the matchup with Lance here. No. Okay, this is something I wasn't expecting. I haven't seen him play the Caspian yet today, but that's going to be coming out here in game number 2.
While talking around at the polls, I also heard Caspian is quite a popular pick today. A little bird told me Belize might be on Caspian today as well.
Yeah, I mean, Caspian, for a lot of players that like to play guitars, it's always been a pocket pick for certain matchups where you want to get the knockouts a little bit earlier than usual. But seeing Fozey go right to that into game number 2 is a little interesting. He's been doing mostly on the gauntlet so far. D-Light, Sidelight, Nair, nice job getting some extra damage there. And I'm wondering if he's just going to go straight over to the guitars once he's got Akeno in like dark orange so that he can get that side sig knockout. But so far, it's just all gauntlets, actually.
This could be big. He wants to go for a follow-up, but Akeno, nice weapon throw to secure his recovery. And the Seer into weapon throw, absolutely sniped. That is going to be the first stock off again. Yet again, in favor of Akeno. This is a really strong showing from Akeno right now.
Yeah, crazy reversal there too, because I feel like the stock was all in Fozey's favor there with the gauntlets. Damage being racked up, and then Akeno gets 3 strong hits into an edge guard, and with those jumps being gone, Fozey can't make it back. Ensig catching the landings, not going to take him off the top, and he's putting up the side six now, but as long as Akeno stays stacked, I think he's less afraid of getting hit by the Qatar neutral sig than he is by the side signature.
Oh my god, that's so clean.
How many jumps did he get? That's it.
That's so good.
Whoa, and Akeno reeling back after that. knowing how much of a lead he's got over Fozey right now. That was crazy. I mean, look at how dialed in he's in. 3 stocks to 1 over Fozey. I know Fozey was having some tough games today, but I wasn't expecting Akeno to be up this far.
Akeno is doing well, and Fozey is already thinking about game 3 here. He's able to pick up that stock, though. Maybe a little of hope of glimmer is re-sparked, but he has a long way to go. He picks up those Qatars, and he knows that he's going to need something big. He's going to have to look out for these dodges.
Yeah, starts off pretty strong with a Nair and a recovery. Trying to land back onto the stage, and Akeno falling with the axe Nair and the recovery. He's getting so much extra damage here, Paulie. I don't see... okay, this is the chance that Fozey's got here. No dodge, though, and Akeno doesn't wake up end light.
Super good wake up from Akeno there. He knew Fozey. He knows that Fozey is always going to be looking for follow-ups now, so he's just going to try to wake up all out of them.
Okay.
Going for the GC sideline, that could have been massive.
Oh, slide charge and sig. Gravity cancel side sig. I thought Akeno was going to take him down for that one. No dodge in that position against Lance. That would be so rough. Do you like recovery? One more recovery. Can he get the snipe? Can he do it? Akeno goes low. Fozey dodges in place, and that recovery actually disarms him. That's huge.
That is so big.
I thought he was going to do the chase dodge up second Nair. Akeno's just got complete control. Is that a 2-stock? Yeah, that's a 2-stock in game number 2, and Fozey's 1 game away from, I believe. Let me double check. We were talking about this as if Fozey was in the elimination side, but
it is elimination side.
This is elimination side. Let me double check, because I believe you for sure. I just want to know how he got knocked down by. Anyways, Akeno's playing fantastic.
Also, Akeno, other than a player called the Yi guy, the only Belgian representative here at Valencia.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's the only two Belgian players here today.
Definitely the highest placing Belgian player so far, especially if he knocks out Fozey. That's crazy.
We have another curveball coming out from Fozey.
What is this, a Surrey pick? Okay, I'll believe in it.
Okay.
I mean, it has nothing to do with the pick yet so far.
Yeah, no, that was just good unarmed.
I think that the terrifying thing about Akeno is that, like, he's been doing just as good on the axe, if not better, than the Lance as the matchup's gone through. I think Fozey's been picking more and more of these characters to go up against the Lance, and Akeno's just kind of like, you know what, I'm going to end light you 5 times. He's been standing his ground so well, reacting to Fozey's approaches, and Fozey, not overshooting a lot of his aerials, is getting stuffed for it.
We're talking a lot about Akeno's lands, but his axe is looking strong, and as you mentioned, it's getting better every single game.
Yeah.
Able to make some key plays with that lance as well.
Fozey's stabilized in this game 3, however. Going to the side of the stage, the down 6 there, Akeno uses them in a more interesting way than I've seen other Ulgrims. Like, if you watch plays, he'll only use down 6 to cover landings, and Akeno's actually using it to cover recoveries from the side of the wall. So he's like saying, if you jump over me or if you dash through me, my Ulgrim down 6 will catch both. And that is a crazy knockout there for that first stock.
Very clean there, Akeno recognizing it. Because Fozey loves to be in your face off stage, but Akeno does not back down, especially when he has a lance.
I think he's comfortable with people in his face in game. That's what I'm noticing. And when he has a lance or an axe, he loves hitting those stacked hitboxes. Look at him, he's waiting. He's like, I dare you to try and open me up.
Akeno just looks comfortable. I feel like that's the key word right now.
Yeah, which is like not something I'm used to saying when someone's got their first stream set. Are you kidding me? That down sig, he pivots it, gets it every single time. Slide charge forward with the side sig. He's up 3 stocks to 1 against Fozey again in game 3, and if he takes this stock, I mean, Fozey's out. See that recovery, second enough. Okay. Is this the start of a reverse 3-stock, Paulie? He needs it. We see that this is the elimination quarterfinal, right? He's out here. Fozey's out at 3/3.
Fozey's clinging on to the last glimmer of hope he has right now. Yet again, he knows he needs something big on those Qatars, but Akeno with the dares! What? 3 in a row, and the recovery to follow it up. Fozey's already so damaged. He goes offstage for the ground pod, it doesn't connect, and Fozey knows that he needs to pick up the pace right now. He's looking for some things to get offstage. He wants to probably get an early stock, but is not able to find it. Akeno is staying safe now.
Yeah, putting up the chainsaw, they're just going to be like, okay, after 5 axe down airs, I mean, what are you going to do here? Charge the recovery there. Fozey staying airborne, does start something with the down air and the end light. Second end light. Could go for a 3rd. Jumps up to that top plat. Akeno switches right back over to the axe. Fozey hurting, right? Those down 6. If Fozey plays around those, it might work out in his favor.
He got the GC punish, but wasn't able to get a big punish off of it.
That's it.
DC comes out, and that's it.
Wow.
Akeno is going to be 3-0ing Fozey in elimination.
Yeah, that's a huge win. Definitely an upset as far as seed goes. I know that when I was talking about how Fozey's sets were going throughout the day, he was looking a little shaky, but it wasn't so shaky that I would see a dominant performance like that from Akeno. And what was cool about watching Akeno play, especially with that camera,